Hey guys, my name is Rengawr, I'm a streamer on Twitch, and today we got the announcement that the game will be wiping with patch 12.11, meaning everyone's skills, their stash, their rubles, all the progress you've made is going to get reset back to, nothing, how it was when you bought the game. And this is an exciting time in the game. It doesn't happen very often. This is my 5th fresh wipe. This past wipe, I ended up getting Kappa in 13 days. And I wanted to make a guide for people who haven't played a fresh wipe before. Maybe you have played one, but you want to pick up some new tips. Some strategies that I use every single wipe to help me get this Kappa quick, get level 40 quick, and so I can get done with the boring stuff and get into the fun part of the game where I'm free from all this progression. If you guys have any questions during the wipe at all, I stream every day on Twitch. Check out my link down below. And let's crack straight into the guide.
I always thought that you were right for me.
So a lot of people's problem when it comes to fresh wipe is they don't really understand what the goal should be, or they don't know what they should do right when the game wipes. And really, my goal when the game wipes is I want to get level 40 and I want max traders. Now, max traders is when they have the little crown icon like this in the top left. Every trader but Fence can have this. Now, level 1 is what every trader starts at, and you have a limited selection of items. But with each level you go up, you get new items, which means you get better gear, right? So Max Prapper looks like this, where you have all of these options, and that goes for all of the traders. Now, to level up traders, you need to level up your PMC level, your trader rep, and your money spent, which is both selling and buying. Now, PMC level is leveled up by getting XP from tasks or killing things, extracting, etc. And money spent is by buying or selling. But trader rep only levels up from quests. Now, quests are when you go to the tasks tab, and you see over here, we have a task called debut. Now, when we complete this task, we get 0.08 Prapper rep. You can only get rep by completing quests, so we need to do our quests to get max traders, so eventually we can make high-end guns and have high-end armor. Now, when we start the game, we're only given 2 tasks. One is from Prapper, which you have to accept, which is called Debut, which is kill the 5 scavs on customs and hand over 2 MP133 shotguns. And the other task from Therapist is called Shortage, which is find and raid or craft 3 Saliwa kits. Now, these tasks are important and we need to do them, but I find that one of the biggest mistakes is people tunnel vision on these 2 tasks. You gotta remember, if you want to do Kappa quickly or get level 40 quickly, you need to think about all of the quests in the game, not just these 2. There's an image on the wiki that I'm going to link below. This shows every single item in the game that you need for tasks. All the ones that have a green background mean you need them found in raid, which means you have to found them in a raid that they spawned in, so they have the check mark in the bottom right corner. So I'm looking for all of these items from level 1. I go into my first raid, I'm looking for my Saliwas, my gas analyzers, my morphines, my T-plugs for mechanic. If I kill Rochelle, I'm keeping the golden TT for later. Things like this. This image is such a great reference where early wipe, if you're saying, do I need something? You look at this and you refer back to it. You're working on all the tasks at once. I can't tell you how many times I get on the farming task line for mechanic, which is like, find 2 power cords, find 4 T-plugs, find 5 circuit boards. And the second I get it, I turn it in. I don't have to go farm for those because before I got the task, I was working on it. You don't have to be on the task to work on it if you have to find the items in raid. And that's one of the biggest tips I can give any new player when it comes to getting these quests done fast and efficiently. It is getting these items ahead of time. You have this image. Now, I want to preface this by saying that the tasks do change slightly every wipe. So how many of each item you need and exactly what item you need will change, but only slightly. It still stays very consistent with what's on the list here. So if you follow this list, it will really guide you to what you need. I'll link it below in the description again, so definitely check this out. One of the biggest mistakes I see new players make, besides not doing quests ahead of time, is doing dead-end tasks. And what I mean by that is doing quests that don't lead to other quests. Now, eventually they have to be done, but people prioritize tasks that don't actually lead anywhere. So when you go to the wiki page for any task, you can Google debut Tarkov, which is the first Prapor quest to kill 5 scavs on customs and hand over 2 MP133 shotguns. In the top right, you have a couple things up here. First is previous. That tells you a task that comes before it. Debut's the first task, so nothing comes before it. And it tells you what the task leads to. So it leads to checking and search missions. So now when I look at what it leads to, I want to see what do these quests offer me. Now, search mission, it comes after debut and it leads nowhere. So I'm not going to worry about this task because when I complete it, I don't really make any progress, right? So I'll worry about that later. But checking, you see it leads to 2 more tasks, which means I have more options, right? So I can do checking and I can get these 2. Now, this leads on to butterfly effects, like, for example, if you do Shootout Picnic, okay? Shootout Picnic, I see a lot of people do this task super early. This is one of the biggest mistakes you can make when it comes to being efficient while doing the wipe, or while questing early. So this is neutralize 15 scavs on woods. This quest takes a while. It's not that easy to kill that many scavs on woods. They're spread out. It takes a while. This task leads nowhere. And the reason that it's bad to do a task like this is because there are so many quests in the game where you have to kill scavs on woods. For example, there is Punisher Part 4. Kill 10 scavs on woods using 12-gauge shotguns. There is Survivalist Path. Tough Guy, where you have to kill 3 scavs in 1 woods raid without using medicine. There's Survivalist Path Junkie, where you have to kill 15 scavs on woods while having stimulant effects. So why would you do this quest when you're level 5, when you can do it like level 30? That's when I do it, like at 30 something when I'm doing these tasks, because I can double it up. Instead of killing 30 scavs on woods, I kill 15. It saves so much time, and it's like a golden rule for me. I really don't go woods for tasks unless I have like 5 or 6 woods tasks, because they're so spread out, where like a lot of them don't lead anywhere, where I can just stack up like 4 or 5 woods tasks, do them all in one raid, and then in one raid, I got rid of all those dead tasks. It really helps you move along faster when you don't waste time doing quests that go nowhere, because when they go nowhere, they lead you nowhere. So that's something to look out for, and I do this. I used to do this when I was new. I looked through all of the quests and make sure they actually went somewhere, because now I'm making sure I'm following the main quest line, which gives me more options. And as you progress in the quest, you get more XP. So checking gives 2,500. Delivery from the past gives 4,100. BP Depot, this one gives 3,800. You get more and more, and you get rubles, and you get more everything. You unlock more progress. You level up your trader. This is so important early wipe, is to make sure you're doing your tasks efficiently. So pre-doing tasks and not wasting time on tasks, doubling stuff up, being efficient, doing 4 to 5, woods quests in one raid instead of going, woods for 30 raids to kill 15 scavs when you have to do that again in 20 levels. There's no reason to do stuff like that ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? Something I want to briefly touch on when it comes to getting Kappa Container early is making sure that you collect the items required for Kappa ahead of time, because they are required to be found in raid. So as I'm doing my quests and progressing, I'm trying to find these items and save them so I don't have to go find them later when I'm on the Kappa quest. This saves a lot of time. And earlier we talked about some quests aren't required for Kappa. If you Google the Collector Tarkov and come to this wiki page, every single quest listed here you don't have to do for Kappa. So if you're on the quest, I don't even do them. If I don't need it for Kappa, I don't do it because it wastes time and I don't progress anywhere. You can get max traders without them. You can get Kappa without them. So that's something to keep in mind, again, is the idea of not wasting time, because we're collecting these items early and we are not doing these quests. Like, for example, I watch people do peacekeeping mission, which is right here. This quest, you have to kill 12 scavs on 4 different maps wearing Untar armor and using an M4. This quest, if you did it, probably takes you like an hour or maybe 2 hours if you're fast, somewhere in there. That's a long time to be wasting on a task like this. And that's if you're fast and you're lucky. It's probably more like 3 or 4 hours to do a quest that it doesn't get you anywhere. There's no reason to do something like this. So make sure you're double checking that you don't have to do a task for Kappa. You want to double check that, again, you're not wasting time. Saving time and being efficient is how you get ahead of the curve. And when you get ahead of the curve in the levels, you just skyrocket. Once you get off customs, you're ahead of so many people because they're all on customs, getting their bronze pocket watch and killing their scavs, and you're off on shoreline or you're on reserve doing your tasks, doing something else, and you just get so far ahead of the curve. It's like an exponential growth. So just something to keep in mind. Then what you get from level 1 Prapper, a P.A.K.A. and a Triton, which you're going to start with. The P.A.K.A. so you don't get one shot by a scav, and the Triton so I can hold some loot. I'm also going to have an MBSS backpack, which you're going to start with, as well as some meds and headphones so I can hear people or scavs running. Now, we want to knock out our tasks. We know we want to knock out the tasks. That's part of the goal, right? Again, we can work on all the tasks, not just the 2 we have, but the only 2 we're going to have off the start, again, is Debut from Prapper, which is the kill 5 scavs on customs and get the 2 MP133 shotguns, and then the Therapist quest, which is Shortage, which is find and raid or craft 3 Saliwa kits. Now, we're going to work on these, and our goal is to make some quest progress from our first raid, but again, we're working on all the quests. We're not going to just tunnel on these 2. Now, a lot of people would say, okay, if I want to make quest progress, let me go to customs and start killing scavs. That makes the most sense. That is a fair point, and you can do that if you choose. That's not my strategy. My strategy is I like to go Interchange my first couple raids. And the reason for that is Interchange has less competition because everyone's going customs, because like you, everyone thought, let's go kill scavs. That's what my quest says. That is what it says, but we can do other quests, remember? So for me, my goal is to go to the back of Ollie or the back of Goshan, as well as the Techstores. I want to look for early hideout items like light bulbs or phase array elements, stuff that sells for 100k early wipe that I can use for my hideout or sell if I need money. These are very important. Quest items I'm looking for right off the rip are gas analyzers and Ollie. I am looking for 2 elite pliers and a screwdriver. The reason for this is from level 1 mechanic. You can barter for this MP133 shotgun with 2 elite pliers and 1 screwdriver. And this is the shotgun you can use for Gunsmith Part 1, which you get at level 2. It's right here. And all you have to do to it is put a blue laser on there, and that is done. That's a quest done if you find 2 elite pliers and 1 screwdriver, which you can easily find in toolboxes or on the shelves in the back of Ollie or the back of Goshan. I'm also looking for stuff to start crafting my Saliwas in the hideout, as well as other items that are listed on the reference sheet for all of the quest items you need to find and raid. So we can start knocking those out as well. But for the crafting of Saliwas, to craft Saliwas, you need 3 things. First is security level 1. To craft security 1, we need 20,000 rubles and 1 constructing measuring tape, right? This is all we need. You can get this in toolboxes or on the back of Ollie or the back of Goshan. So we're going to a place to find multiple items, so we have a really high chance of getting stuff we need. Once we have this, we need generator level 1. To get generator 1, all you need is a spark plug, 100k US or 100k rubles, and level 1 security. A spark plug, again, can spawn in Techstores or the back of Ollie, the back of Goshan, or toolboxes. You're seeing a pattern here where we're going to these same places that can spawn a bunch of items that we need, and pretty much we want to jam these high priority items into our container because we're going to start using them. Now, once we have spark plugs and we have all this stuff, to get med station, which is where we actually craft the Saliwas, so you can produce Saliwas in level 1 med station, we need 1 disposable syringe, and we also need 1 pile of meds. Now, these can be found easily inside med bags. Now, inside of Interchange at Mantis, which is in the middle of the mall, it's close to Kibba, across from German, there are 3 med bags in there, as well as loose med spawns, where you could easily find these items and put them in your container. Now, we're gonna do this route a couple times, and hopefully we'll get all of our items. But we might not get all of them. We're aiming to get a bunch of these items to start knocking out the quest early and start knocking out our hideout, all that stuff. Now, the reason that I run a Mosin early wipe, a lot of people don't like it, but the reason that I run it is we're going Interchange, right? And who spawns in Interchange? Killa. Now, LPS ammo can 1-tap Killa through the side of the head, the top of the head, the back of the head, anywhere that is not his face shield or his chest, right? So if you're shooting him in the head that isn't his face shield, you can one-tap him. It does 81 damage and goes through class 4 clean. The side of Killa's helmet and the top is class 4. The visor is 6. His head only has 70 health. So you can clean one-tap Killa, and imagine having class 5 armor and an RPK with even BT ammo early wipe. You would be massacring lobbies. It is a huge game changer. Now, killing Killa is not our only goal, but it's a really nice bonus on top of looking for all of these items that we're talking about, whether it's the screwdrivers and the elite pliers, or the the phaser ray elements and the spark plugs, all of this stuff. It's part of our route, and I want to show you what my route would look like if I were going to interchange on a fresh wipe. One more thing I wanted to talk about was when I'm talking about doing Gunsmith Part 1 with the 2 elite pliers and the screwdriver. The reason I want to get this task done is it opens up a task called Introduction, which lets me unlock Jaeger. Now, the reason that I want to unlock Jaeger early is, you know, this task where I have to get the 2 shotguns, right? Jaeger actually sells the 2 shotguns at level 1. You can actually buy the MP133s from level 1 Jaeger. So, while we're farming Interchange and getting these items, if we get this task done, that means that I can actually go woods, right? And I can get this Jaeger unlocked. And then I can buy the shotguns, and then all I have to do is go customs, and I can just kill 5 scavs, and I'm done with Prapper's questline. And then I can go on to checking. And one more thing I wanted to bring up about checking is to find the bronze pocket watch, you have to get the machinery key to open the truck. Now, the machinery key actually has a static spawn. Show you where it spawns on the wiki, right? If you look at the wiki page for the machinery key, it actually spawns in jackets randomly and on scavs, right? But it's guaranteed spawn inside the brown jacket in room 205 of 3-story dorms. This is where it unlocks. And in 3-story dorms, on room 205 is a brown jacket. It'll guaranteed spawn in there. So if you're ever by dorms on customs, always just go there and gamma that thing. So later you don't have to go get it. You just get out of your way and you get these things early before people like realize they have to go and get it. So like one of my first customs raids, I would go there out of my way just to get that into my container, because even if I die that raid, I've made progress to where I know later on in the future I now have this item that I could use to help me progress farther. So that's something I just wanted to point out. Part of my strategy is unlocking Jaeger and using Interchange to help me unlock Jaeger to get that task done quicker. So, the exact route that I would take is going to change every single raid depending on my spawn. But let's say, for example, you spawn by Ollie's side and you come in the front of Ollie this way. My goal, again, is to loot the back of Ollie, to loot the back of Goshan, as well as looting the Techstores. But I want to be quick because I want to get the most out of my time. I want to check these spawns quick and get out. So really over here, something I'm doing is checking for gas analyzers. Right here is the alkali. I could just pick it up because I have it. This is required for a peacekeeper quest. Way later in the line, you can see that on the chart. Over here, I'm just going to check really quick if there are any gas analyzers here, because gas analyzers are a big quest blocker. Everyone needs these, and they're looking for them when they're on the task. So I want to see, can I get one really early right here? They mostly spawn on these shelves, so I'm looking right here. Is there a gas analyzer? Gas analyzer. Is there one here, maybe? And then is there one here? No, there was not one, but we're going to keep moving on. I'm going to look at these shelves for industrial items. Same thing over here. Just anything industrial that could help me out. So this is duct tape. Fuck it. We'll take it. We'll take everything that we find early wipe. And then we're going to prioritize what we need. So we're going to look for anything we can take and then take what we need. So back here, you can look. Car batteries are going to spawn on these shelves over here. You need those way later for a therapist quest. And anything over here, stuff can just spawn loosely on the shelves industrial-wise. Toolbox is over here. So for example, I got keck tape here. I can sell that to therapists for some money. Over here, we can loot this toolbox. Maybe get elite pliers, something like that. We got wires. We'll take those. That's for a mechanic quest called fertilizers. We need 5 final raid wires. We got some bolts here. That's for hideout. That'll help us out. Right? We can check these shelves over here. We can check this toolbox over here. We're checking toolboxes. We're checking all this. You know, you don't have to be super concise. We're not worried about Tetrises or Bitcoins or stuff. like screws, for example. We need these to help us craft Sliwas. We need hemostats. If we trade for hemostats, we're gonna gamma this if we see this. Big ticket items like that, we're gonna gamma really early because we need them ASAP. We don't care if they're found in raid. We have more screws here. This would be an ideal lineup. That's one Sliwa right there, is those 2 screws. We can check back here. Fuel spawns mostly back here. So ideally, I'm looking, is there any fuel over here? It would really help if fuel spawned on one of these shelves, one of these shelves. If not, it's okay. We can check these on these back left shelves. We get car batteries as well, so just check those as you're running by. Car batteries are really annoying to find. You need them for hideout, so I would check them. Also need them for quests as well. Just check out, look for them. Stuff can spawn up here. We also get stuff on these shelves. There's toolboxes over here, so you can check this toolbox. Any elite pliers, any screwdrivers, something like that. We got a water filter. That's nice, but we don't really need that. Water filters are nice at this point in the wipe. Super late, but early wipe, they don't do anything. Like this tool set, I would instantly gamma as well as the screwdriver because the tool set, those are like 200k early wipe. That you need so many of these, and these are so hard to get. So this would go straight in my container as well as the screwdriver because we're trying to use the screwdriver to barter for that shotgun for the quest for Gunsmith Part 1. So we're gonna look for that. Over here as well, you can get stuff on all these shelves and make sure you're checking all of them. Like we got WD-40, which we need for a quest later on. We're gonna check these. Fuel can spawn over here. Pretty much the main fuel spawns are gonna be back over here and on these shelves over here. If it doesn't spawn, it's okay. We'll find it later. Sometimes they give you fuel. Sometimes they don't. If they don't give me fuel, I'm gonna look for it. If they do give me fuel, then I'm gonna not look for it. But I'm looking for other stuff regardless. Right? So now that I've checked all of this, I want to check the Techstores. You can check TechLight if you want. Personally, I don't like checking TechLight early unless I get there super fast. Because people rush there because they want the bitcoins and stuff. I don't want the Tetris. I don't want the graphics cards. I don't care about that. It's not going to help me get through the quest quickly. I'm over here. I'm looking for light bulbs. I'm looking for military cables. Nice, but it's not going to help me with the quest. Right? Wires, that's nice. I need that for hideout. I need it for quests. Light bulbs, motors, PSUs. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. Because you're valuing items that you need for hideout and for the quest. Because they really do help you. I want these wires. They help propel you against the thing. Things like broken G-phones, those are so annoying to get. Broken G-phones and wreck batteries. You spawn on the Techstores. They are so hard to get early wipe. And if you can knock some out early, it really does help. Looking for gas analyzers in here, right? Gas analyzers. Anything good in here? No, I don't need that. I was even see a GPU. Feel free to take it, man. Take a Tetris if you want it. But I'm focusing, like, I'll take it if I see it, but I'm focusing on these items that I need for quests. Hard drive, you can take that if you want. You know, anything, doesn't matter. GPX, sure, take it at vendors for a little bit. You don't need it for a quest, but at vendors. Now I'm gonna run through this way, right? And I want to see is Killa here. If Killa's at one of these spawns, I can one-tap him in the head. That's the whole point, right? One-tap him in the head. Now, this is Kibba. This is the middle of the mall. I was talking about Mantis earlier. So, Mantis has med bag spawns. This is where we're looking for. Where we are looking for our, piles of meds and our disposable syringes, stuff like that. We're looking for this. In these med bags, as well as loosely just throughout the area. We can check all of this stuff. Just in the hopes that we get one of these things. Now, we're going to do a couple of raids here, but that is the whole point, right? You're trying to get any items. You're not going to get everything you need. You're going to get some of the stuff, and it does help. You can check around. Is there anything here? You can check jackets to get some keys. There's also, too, depending on how long you're going to stick in the raid, there's filing cabinets over here in Interchange. I don't normally check these, but you can if you want to. Filing cabinets are great to check early wipe because you need keys and you need a bunch of items that spawn in them, like T-plugs and power cords, stuff like that. You know, you can check all of these filing cabinets over here, and sure, like, you can maybe find some keys. You can, you know, customs office key, that's a key that everyone has late wipe, but early wipe, that key is so hard to get. Gas analyzer, that would be a huge find early wipe. I get a gas analyzer, I am leaving. That's one, if I get out with this item, that's one quest done. Completely done, finished. Also, after I'm finished checking, Mantis, you can check that if you want to, you know, fit that in however you want. Do the route however you want. Be safe. The goal early wipe isn't to be, like, if you want to do quests, it's honestly to avoid PvP. I'm a W key player. I love PvP, but you want to avoid it early wipe. Honestly, if you can, just stay safe, because dying, it fucks with your quest progress. You don't want to die. You want to stay alive and get your quest done. So, you know, play the route however you want. Just check everything, you know? Like, is there anything in this jacket? Sure, anything in this jacket? Sure, check it out. You can even come over here, too, into TTS, which is this store right over here. And inside this store, there is, you know, some tech spawns that spawn on these shelves, like a light bulb that's huge. These spawn over here, you know, caps, T-plugs, sure, that's all great. You can check this toolbox over here. Right? And then you can also come over here and check this duffel bag. You can get some chance for stuff to spawn over here. You know, you're just checking all this stuff at Interchange, and it should be mostly dead. Not entirely, but mostly dead, because no one's pushing for those high loot spawns, and everyone's on customs. Like, you're not gonna get as full lobbies. Maybe it'll be full, but, you know, maybe people are running stashes. They're not all pushing for this. Also, the back of Goshan is really good. You can also go this way, loot computers. Computers have parts that you can either sell for money or save for quests later. But the back of Goshan is really good when it comes to getting screwdrivers and stuff like that. Also, I didn't mention this, but any small black crate on Interchange, they actually have guaranteed lunchbox spawns. This is the only one that doesn't have it. But for example, the one under this staircase and the one at the extract over here at Emercom, right? They actually have guaranteed lunchbox spawns where you can go and you can get the lunchbox, and there's a Jaeger quest where you need 3 fountain raid lunchboxes, and you can find them here while doing these quests. You get them out of the way early. You know, you can loot back here, check out all these shelves, loot around, and then, you know, you want to go towards Emercom? Sure. You know, loot all these back shelves, loot your toolboxes, take your time. You know, get everything you need, prioritize what you need, you know? And once you get all these items for the quest, and you can double check what you need with the reference guide, you know, get out, focus on getting out with what you have. You don't have to be greedy and fill up, but, you know, get some stuff reset, because having a nice bankroll and having items to fall back on your stash is really nice, especially when you got items like the Keck tape, or you get the 1G phones where, you know, you can sell that early to buy a gun. Like a Keck tape and a 1G phone, that's another Mosin. You know, that means that I'm paying my stuff back. I'm also insuring all my gear early wipe, so I can get it back. Most people, you know, they'll take stuff, but people don't have big backpacks. They don't have big backpacks. And what I can do is, if I kill someone, right, I can ditch my gear to take their gear out. It gives me effectively more space. But just to show you this lunchboxes at Emercom, it's right over here, almost by the extract. I loot this one every time I leave. If I spawn Emercom, or when I spawn, I loot it as well. Because food is really annoying early wipe to get. It just spawns randomly, you know, and it's hard to get. You have low metabolism, you burn through food super fast. But over at this lunchbox right over here, you know, you can start knocking these out for the Jaeger tests. You know, you get them ahead of time. You know, you can't buy food in the market until you're level 10 because, you know, you don't have a market, but it's guaranteed to spawn in here. And you can just use that. This is my strategy. You can do it however you want. You can go customs, you can go interchange. But this is my idea, is to get off the map where there's a lot of competition early, and, you know, get a safe start, get quest items, and then move on to customs, where when I feel like, okay, I'm not making as much progress on interchange as I'd like to, let me swap to customs. Let me get my scav kills. Let me get my, let me go, you know, maybe hunt Rashala or something like that, you know? I want to start knocking those quests out. You know, that's my early wipe strategy. And that's what I would do on my first raid. So that was some insight onto my early wipe strategy and what I try to accomplish every wipe, and, you know, how I go about accomplishing what I do. I hope that helps some of you guys, whether that comes to some eye-opening stuff about doing tasks ahead of time, or whether it be, you know, doubling up tasks or not doing dead-end tasks, or maybe even the interchange idea. Maybe some of you never would have thought to do that. But hopefully that does help, and if you guys are interested, I do stream every single day on Twitch, 7 p.m. Eastern onward. I'm going to stream the second the wipe happens. If you guys have any questions, you can come to my stream and ask me. I'm more than willing to help anybody. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, we want to see for the next video, please leave comments down below, you know? Feel free, guys. I really hope that did help anyone out there. Hopefully someone got some new insight on how they can, you know, speed through the wipe.